Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today is May 17th, and Ronel Blanco getting caught with the sticky stuff, and the Rockies on a bit of a blinder. Let's talk about it. Hello, everybody. My name is Steven. This is the middle of the order. How are we doing today? The end of the week, already halfway through the month of May. Time is really flying. And we've got another episode here for us today. Ronel Blanco. We'll be talking about that situation and some more. But before we dive into all of the extra stuff, let's start, as usual, with our series recap. We lead things off here with a bird battle. The Blue Jays and the Orioles face off here. Dalton Varsho and Adley Rutschman both have great games. Adley hits 2 solo shot home runs. Dalton Varsho, he hits a home run, he robs a home run, and when this game goes into extras, he drives in what would be the winning run. Romano holds Baltimore in their half, and the Blue Jays win it in extras 3-2. The second game was postponed with rain and will be played on July 29th. So for the other game, the Jays were in the lead after a 2-run double from Bo until the 9th, where Adley gets to the Jays once again, his third of the series. This one, a 2-run walk-off home run. Baltimore ends up splitting the now 2-game set, 1 each, with the walk-off home run win 3-2. Rays and Red Sox, the first of 4 would start with Ahmed Rosario driving in 3 runs on a triple and double. The Rays took the lead in the 4th and wouldn't give it up. They beat the Red Sox 5-3. A healthy Josh Lau is here and hitting his first home run on the year. Later on, it's Randy Arozarena. His 8th of the year ties it as we head to extras, where both teams score in the 11th. But in the 12th, the Red Sox hold the race and then score on a Romney Gonzalez single to win it in walk-off fashion. They even up the series 5-4. Boston would get a home run from Wilyer Abreu and Rafael Devers, but a 3-run 6th inning for Tampa with Yandy Diaz driving 2 in on a single. That would be the difference. Tampa wins it, another close one, 4-3. And for the final game now, Josh Lau hits his 2nd of the series as well as Rafael Devers. We would be tied going into the 9th, where Tampa gets a pair of runs and holds the Red Sox. The Rays take 3 of 4 in the series versus Boston. They win the last game 7-5. Yankees at Twins. Ryan Jeffers would homer in the first inning to start the scoring in this series, and if you were the Twins, it was also the end of the scoring. The Yankees shut out the Twins from that point on. 26 straight innings of work. Stanton homers. Yankees win the first game 5-1. Judge goes 4 for 4 with 3 doubles and a home run. The Yankees take that one 4-0. And for the last game, Clark Schmidt goes 8 scoreless, striking out 8, while Anthony Volpe homers, leading to the sweep of the Twins. The Yankees put a strangle on the Twins offense. They kind of killed the summer sausage for those 3 games, really. They win that last game 5-0. Wow, Minnesota. Marlins and Tigers now, no more Twins. The Tigers scored 3 runs in the 2nd, so the Marlins had to answer with 3 runs in the 5th. Then they get the lead in the 8th with 2 more on an Otto Lopez 2-run home run, but the Tigers answer right away. 3 runs in the bottom half, including the go-ahead home run from Spencer Torkelson. The Tigers come away with game 1. They win it 6-5. Reese Olson and Ryan Weathers in a great pitcher's duel, both going 8 scoreless, as we would end up scoreless after 9 and need extras. The Marlins score a run in the 10th, and then look who it is. A.J. Puck comes out of the bullpen and gets the save. That's just amazing to see him back in the bullpen. The Marlins win it 1-0 there. And some more good pitching here for both teams in the final game, as the only runs in this one came in the first inning on a 2-run Brian De La Cruz home run. The Marlins come away with 2 of 3 versus the Tigers. They take the rubber match 2-0. Nationals and White Sox. Rain Monday means doubleheader Tuesday to open up this series, and it's the Nationals with 2 big innings, scoring 3 runs in the 5th and adding with 3 more in the 8th. They take the opener and win the first of the doubleheader 6-3. The second game was for 2 players, Eric Fedde, who pitched 7 scoreless innings for the White Sox, and Andrew Vaughn, who got all the scoring for them with 2 home runs in this game, a 3-run shot and a solo shot. The White Sox even the series and split the doubleheader 4-0. And for the final game, the White Sox used 4 pitchers to blank the Nats as Tommy Pham gets an RBI double, Corey Lee the RBI single. That scores the runs in this one. The White Sox take 2 of 3 from the Nationals. They win it 2-0. Guardians and Rangers now. Michael Lorenzen pitches great for Texas as he keeps the Guardians scoreless for 7 innings. So how does Cleveland still score 7 runs in this game? Jesus. Jose Ramirez, he was 3 for 3 with 2 walks. He drove in 3 of those 7, but still a very impressive win for the Guardians. They score 7 runs in the last 2 innings and open up this series with the win 7-0. The Guardians start this game number 2 by scoring 6 runs in the second inning, capped off by a 3-run home run from Josh Naylor. The Rangers get a few home runs from Dolis Garcia, Corey Seager, and Nathaniel Lau, but it wasn't enough to come back as the Guardians take another one, being Texas 7-4. And a couple of 2-run home runs from Marcus Semien and Adolis Garcia are all the scoring in this one. Texas avoids the sweep to the Guardians. They end their losing streak and they win the last game 4-0. Royals and Mariners now. How about George Kirby? He pitches fantastic in this one. Luke Raley and Ty France both homer, and the Mariners take the opener 6-2. Game 2, and it's another 2 home runs for Seattle. Luke Raley once again, and Mitch Haniger. But a 3-run home run from Nelson Velasquez would put the Royals in the lead en route to the win as they even up this series 4-2. Ty France's second home run of this series would provide an insurance run for the Mariners as they would hold the lead from that point on and get the win. They take 2 of 3 from the Royals and win it 4-2. A's and Astros now, a 4-game series that the Astros have to take advantage of. They certainly need this one, and they are off to the right foot here as Alex Bregman continues to get hot with not just 1 but 2 home runs in the game. He was 3 for 3 with 4 RBIs, helping lead the Astros to the win 9-2. And look who it is. It's Alex Bregman again here in the second game, his 3rd of the series already. But after 3 innings of work, Ronel Blanco's check has the umpires grouped up, and after some discussion, he was tossed from the game for some sticky stuff usage. Yikes. And with that, Oakland was able to tie the game. Having him out early enough, they get a run in, and we head to extras, but they wouldn't make the most of it. The Astros walk it off on a Victor Carantini single. They take another one 2-1. Game 3, Framber was Framber, and he looked amazing for 7 scoreless. That would help the Astros get their 3rd straight win versus Oakland. They beat them 3-0. And for the final game, Christian Javier shoves for 6. The Astros score 6 in the 3rd, including Joey Lopifido's first career MLB home run. I had the pronunciation and I still messed it up. The Houston Astros do exactly what was needed for them. They get a 4-game sweep over Oakland. They beat them in that last game 8-1. Much needed. Cardinals and Angels. The Cardinals would turn this game upside down in the 7th. They would enter it down 4 and finish the inning up 4 as they score 8 runs in the inning to take the opener. And from there, they beat the Angels, taking the first game 10-5. The Angels were down 5 early in this one. They come back scoring 5 unanswered runs, but as soon as they do, the Cardinals retake the lead with Alec Burleson hitting his 4th of the year. The Cardinals come away with another one. They win it 7-6. And in the final game, how about Nolan Schanuel, Zach Neto, and Tyler Ward all hitting home runs in this one for the Angels. They avoid the sweep and get the last game over the Cardinals. They win it 7-2. Phillies and Mets now, down 2 entering the 9th. The Phillies tie it with a Bryson Stott home run and then a bases-loaded hit-by-pitch to Alec Bohm. We head to extras where it's Bryson Stott with the sac fly. Jose Alvarado comes in, shuts the door. The Mets choke away the first of 4. They lose it 5-4. Game 2, Aaron Nola comes up huge, and he is pitching a complete game shutout in this one. Philly wins it easily 4-0. Game 3, Bryce Harper. How about home run number 10 on the year for him? And after that, the Phillies went on to score 9 more runs in the span of 3 innings, leading them to another win over the Mets. They take it 10-5, and they're looking now for the 4-game sweep, but would have problems finding it. Pete Alonso's 10th of the year, but once again, the Phillies are in the 9th. They're down a run, and look who it is. Bryson Stott once again comes through in the clutch with the game-tying single to send it to extras. This time, the Mets scored 2 runs in the 11th, and they're able to hold the Phillies to just 1 run. The Mets take the last game. They avoid the 4-game sweep over the Phillies, who do end up taking 3 of 4 against the Mets still, but the Mets win it in extras 6-5. Braves and Cubs now, and it's Shota Imanga, who pitches great once again, but couldn't get any offense from his team. The Braves scored 2 in the 6th, and that's all they need to take the first game of this series. They win it 2-0. Chris Sale continues to impress as a Brave with 7 scoreless, 9 strikeouts for him. Michael Harris and Matt Olson homer for the Braves. They win another game 7-0. But then Mike Tauchman leads off the 3rd game with a home run to start it. Seiya Suzuki, he goes deep in this game as well. The last game is all Cubbies. They win it and avoid the sweep to the Braves. They take the last game 7-1. Pirates and Brewers now. What an opener for the Pirates. Brian Reynolds goes 5 for 5 with a home run. Jack Sawinski and Yasmani Grandal both homer in this one as well. The Pirates take the first game. They beat the Brew Crew 8-6. Sal Frelick finally hits home run number 1 on the year. The Brewers score 4 runs in the 2nd and never look back. The Pirates hit a couple of home runs to keep it close, but fall a run short in the comeback. The Brewers even up the series with the win 4-3, and then the Brewers crush their way in this rubber match, and by crush I mean crush. William Contreras, Gary Sanchez, Sal Frelick, Joey Ortiz, and Jackson Chorio all go deep for the Brewers. Those 5 home runs help put them past the Pirates. They take 2 of 3 from them and win that game 10-2. Reds and D-backs now. Gabriel Moreno hits his first home run of the year. Jock Peterson with number 5, and yet the D-backs are still down 1 entering the last inning, but with 2 on in the 9th, Kevin Newman strikes and delivers the 2-run walk-off single to win it for the D-backs. They take the opener 6-5. For the second game of the series, the Reds score 2 runs in each of the middle innings. That's the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Will Benson getting the 2-run shot in the 5th there. The Reds even up the series with the win 6-2. And for our rubber match here, it would feature a couple of solo shots from Christian Walker and Santiago Espinal. The difference in this one was in the 8th inning on a Lourdes Gurriel Jr. double. That puts the D-backs up. Arizona gets the win. They take 2 of 3 in the series over Cincinnati. They beat them 2-1. Rockies and Padres, and the Padres hit 3 home runs in the game from Xander Bogaerts, Mr. Irrelevant in Jurickson Profar, and the young kid Jackson Merrill, and they still lose this game as Alaris Montero drove in 3 runs. The Rockies score 4 runs in the 4th, and they take the opener in San Diego, beating them 5-4. For game 2, how about Ryan McMahon and Ezekiel Tovar both going deep in this one? Colorado once again nabs the win against the Padres 6-3. And for the final game, it's now Brenton Doyle, and how about Jordan Beck hitting his first career MLB home run? The Rockies pitchers, 4 of them, blank the Padres, and how about it? The Colorado Rockies are on a bit of a blinder. They sweep the Padres. They're winners of 7 straight now. They beat them in the last game 8-0. Boogity boogity. Finally, here we now have the Dodgers and the Giants. Mookie Betts leads off this series with his 7th of the year. Kiki Hernandez hits his 2nd of the year. That ties the game up for the Dodgers. We head to extras where the Dodgers score 2 runs on a Will Smith double. They hold the Giants and they take the first game with the win in extras 6-4. Shohei Ohtani hits home run number 12 on the year. That starts the scoring for the Dodgers in this one, and it wasn't their only run as they put on a huge performance. 9 more runs in the game. The Dodgers take that one easily 10-2. And how about Logan Webb? With the difficult task of facing the Dodgers lineup, he did fantastic. He goes 6 scoreless as Mike Yastrzemski hits home run number 4 on the year with the combines of him and Logan Webb. The Giants get the win. They avoid the sweep to the Dodgers, and they take that last game 4-1. Now we're looking at our game of the week here, and we're heading to Arizona for the opener. Bottom of the 2nd, Gabriel Moreno, home run number 1 on the year, makes it 1-0 Arizona. Then to the top of the 3rd, the Reds take the lead on a 2-run double from Spencer Steer. Then on the bottom of the 3rd, we go Jock Peterson, home run number 5. That ties the game up. Then Pavin Smith with a sac fly. The D-backs retake the lead. They would hold that lead until the top of the 6th with Mike Ford. He singles in a run. That ties it for the Reds. Bottom 7, Eugenio Suarez, he'll single in a run for the D-backs to take the lead back. Then in the top of the 8th, Yeimer Candelario, he'll single to tie this game up 4-4. And then Mike Ford, yes, Mike Ford hits a triple. Watch that highlight. The Reds take the lead 5-4 after that. And then to the bottom of the 9th, with the D-backs down to Kevin Newman, the 2-run walk-off single wins it for the Diamondbacks. And hey, how about Kevin Newman in this game? He gets the start at shortstop, batting 9th, and he goes 4 for 5. Of course, with the 2-run walk-off single. The smartest thing Torey Lovullo did in this game was probably letting Newman start because he had a great game. D-backs win it 6-5 on the walk-off, and that is your game of the week. Not too much baseball news to get into in this one, but we do have some important topics to go through. Let's start by talking about Ronel Blanco, because that's obviously the biggest news story, of course. In that second game, he was pitched 3 innings, no problem, and then when he was coming out for the 4th, his usual routine, pitcher's check, caused for some commotion. The umpires met. Manager came out. He was in the mix as well. They were all talking. And after a good conversation, they tossed him from the game for the use of sticky stuff there. He has now received the usual 10-game suspension. This isn't the first time we've had these kinds of, situations come up. I think it's the first one this year. And, you have to kind of wonder, what it is. He was saying it was just simple rosin and that it wasn't anything crazy, and he doesn't understand why, he was ejected from the game. But umpire's discretion. One of the umpires, the first base umpire, Eric Bacchus, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, he had a quote after the game saying, "It was the stickiest stuff he's ever felt on a glove since we've been doing this for a few years now." And that's the case. We have been doing it for a few years, I think since 2021 or 2022. So that's been a good 4 years now. And for him to come out and say that it's the stickiest he's ever felt it, those are some strong words for an umpire to be, throwing out and accusing players of. Of course, Ronel Blanco is the party man who is responsible for the no-hitter earlier in the year. I think it was the second game of the season, and he's been pitching really well. So you have to kind of, ask yourself, was it, on purpose? He debuted at the age of 28 in 2022, and in 7 games, he had a 7.11 ERA. Last year with the Astros, he had a 4.5 ERA in 17 games. 7 of them he actually started for. And then this year already, he's been having his best year of his career, and it's not even close. He's 4-0 in his 8 games. He has a 2.09 ERA. Of course, the no-hitter, the complete game shutout there. He's already got career highs in, I guess wins. He's never won more than 2 games in a season. He's got 4 already this year. His ERA is as low as it's ever been. He's about 5 innings away from career high there. He's about 7 strikeouts from a career high there. So yeah, it's definitely been a different story. You have to wonder if he's done it intentionally, if it was on purpose. Was it just some crazy rosin and spit, whatever he was using to make it as sticky as it was? Regardless, umpires used their aggression to say that it was a little too much. He's now suspended for 10 games, so we'll see what happens to him after that 10 games, because obviously now, umpires could be checking him a little bit more when he is back. And if he starts to really blow things up, I mean, what do we do? What are we talking about then? Because then it's like, okay, well, he's just a bad pitcher, and he was, cheating and using stuff to get his grips a little bit better. He has a no-hitter now, and, you can't change history, but you have to kind of just, put it in the back of your mind of, okay, when he comes back from injury, is he going to be Ronel Blanco from last year and the years prior, or is he going to be the same still? And it's just going to be like, yeah, you know what? It's something that happened. Was it intentional? No. We don't really know the story exactly. But from, the pieces you could piece together, it's, hey, it was too sticky, and we can't be having that. So he'll receive that 10-game suspension there, and that's, obviously unfortunate for him, but also kind of unfortunate for Houston right now, because they are starting to look a little bit more Astro-like, and they're on a nice little bit of a win streak here. They obviously just swept the Athletics, and let's be honest, this isn't the Athletics of last year. This Oakland team has been causing problems for a lot of other teams. For the Astros to come in, to bring them to Minute Maid Park, host them for 4, and, pitching holds them for 4 runs throughout the series. The offense scores 9 runs one game, 8 runs another. They're looking a lot more Houston-like. They took 2 of 3 from Texas on the weekend as well. Now they host the Brewers and the Angels. And, the Brewers are definitely no cupcake team. The Angels, you could make a debate for. It's Orbit's birthday weekend. The Orbit, the Astros mascot, that's got to play a factor into this weekend, right? Houston keeps sweeping, wins 7 straight now. If they finish off this Brewer series and we come back on Monday saying, hey, they're on a 8-game winning streak, with the Angels coming up, and then it's off to Oakland again for the Athletics. They finished the month with a 4-game set against the Mariners, and that could be a huge series for them. They started the month of May with a series against the Mariners. They lost that series 2 of 3 against them. So, Houston right now having a good middle of May. If they can, keep it up, win the Brewers series, take down the Angels, go against Oakland. Realistically, if these next 9 games, if they can go, let's say 7 for 9, we're talking about a completely different Houston team now, because the Astros have already jumped from 5th now to 4th, now to 3rd with the 4-game sweep over Oakland. They are now sitting 3rd in the division. They still have a little bit of a ways to go to catch up to Texas and Seattle. They're 5 games back of the division and 5.5 back of the wild card. They're sitting now at 19 and 25, but still better baseball as of late. They're 7-3 in their last 10. And, if you're the Astros, you can only keep going up, and that's what you have to do, especially as we enter the month of June soon. Houston's going to need to be in the competition, in the mix of things. They need to turn it on. They're doing a good job of it as of late. They need to keep it going. And they're not the only team who's doing a good job as of late. How about Colorado? What's up with all these, like, Nationals and Oakland Athletics and now the Rockies? Like, teams going on some surprising winning streaks. Like, obviously, Minnesota being a great team. But Minnesota was so bad, and then they won 12 straight. And now here's Colorado. They were a really bad team, and now they have won 7 straight. They've kind of swept up and have done really well as of late. Obviously, it's not anything to be like, oh, here comes Colorado for the division. No, they're not mixing up in the division. They're 12.5 back of the Dodgers, 5.5 back of the wild card, which, I mean, isn't awful, but it's Colorado, and there's a lot of good NL teams. But let's be honest, they started the month of May losing to the Miami Marlins, who is the worst team in baseball right now. Then they lost a series to the Pirates and then the Giants. Obviously, the Giants are a good team, but the Pirates, they could have won that series. So, you have to wonder, okay, here's Colorado, just yada, yada, yada. And then you have the defending World Series champion Rangers, and then the Padres, who've been playing great as of late. They're second in the division. And because of that 3-game sweep against them, they're now under 500 again. And the Rockies swept both of them. 2 teams that are way beyond their level of skill here. And because they won the game they won against the Giants before the Rangers series was on that Thursday, they're on a 7-game winning streak. And I guess the question is, how long is it going to last? And I'll be honest with you, if we're here on Monday talking about the Rockies on a 10-game winning streak, I'll be shocked. They have the Giants this weekend. The Giants, legit a week ago, took 2 of 3 from them. Can a lot change in a week? Absolutely. The vibes are really high in Colorado. They're playing really well together right now. Pitching has done a good job. Things have changed a little bit. The difference here is that they're in San Francisco now. Last week they were in Colorado. The Giants, took advantage of the Rockies' elevation there. Against that Padres team, the Rockies pitching only allowed them to score 7 runs in the 3-game set, which, is a little bit more league average than what the Astros did to Oakland, but still, to hold the Padres, a team that features Tatis, Manny Machado, Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth, and the list goes on, to hold them to 7 runs while also getting to some of their best pitchers, it was a very impressive series sweep for the Rockies here. And hey, if they do end up coming to town on Monday, if we end up here on Monday talking about the 10-game win streak Rockies, guess what? Their next series is against the Oakland Athletics. So we could be talking about a really fun, 2 weeks here for Colorado with a potential 13-game winning streak. But I'll be honest, I have more faith in the Astros, sweeping the Brewers and Angels than I do the Rockies sweeping the Giants and A's. But you never know. Maybe Colorado could pull it out. Maybe they'll win the 8th game and then lose Saturday. Who knows? But it's definitely fun right now if you are in Colorado. So enjoy these games. Enjoy these wins. They're going to be on the road until, next weekend. But you never know what will happen. So, yeah, some fun teams right now in the Rockies. And then, obviously, the Astros trying to right themselves. Alrighty, now let's take a look at our injury updates here. Starting off with the big one for the Dodgers, Emmett Sheehan. He's getting some UCL surgery. He's going to be out for the year. So the Dodgers lose another starting pitcher to injury there. Rhys Hoskins for your Brewers. He's on the IL, a strained hamstring for him. TJ Friedl of your Cincinnati Reds. He's on the IL with a fractured thumb. Jung Ho Lee from your Giants. The left shoulder dislocated. So he's on the IL for a couple days there. Tim Anderson from your Marlins. He has a lower back tightness. Maybe that's been what's causing all of this. So he finds himself on the IL. The Reds, Nick Lodolo once again strained groin. That's not too bad. He should be back after the days there. He's on the IL. And then also want to mention Taijuan Walker with your Phillies. He left, I believe, yesterday's game after getting hit by a comebacker. The Phillies haven't said if he's going to be heading to IL or not, but it's just something to note in case he does end up finding his way onto the injured list there. we move on to outstanding performances. Another nice list here. Shota Imanga, 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 8 Ks, lowers his ERA to 0.96. Mitch Keller, 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 7 Ks. Michael Lorenzen, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 4 walks, 4 Ks. George Kirby, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. Reese Olson, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. Ryan Weathers, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 4 Ks. Eric Fetty, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 6 Ks. Aaron Nola, the complete game shutty, 9 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 8 Ks. Chris Sale, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 9 Ks. Javier Assad, 6 innings pitched, 4 hits, no earned runs, a walk, and 7 Ks. Brandon Pfaadt, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 9 Ks. Logan Webb, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, 3 walks, 5 Ks against the Dodgers. Clark Schmidt, the best start of his career, I'm pretty sure, 8 innings pitched, 3 hits, no earned runs, no walks, 8 Ks. And then the Astros guys here, Framber Valdez, 7 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. And Christian Javier, 6 innings pitched, 2 hits, no earned runs, 1 walk, and 8 Ks. Those are your outstanding performances. We move now to our stat leaderboard here, and we've got some couple changes, I guess you could say. Leading the league in average is still Shohei, now at 360. Hits is still Shohei at 63. Home runs, Kyle Tucker, 13 home runs for him, leading the league. Marcell Ozuna leads RBIs with 41. Leading the league in runs, Bobby Witt Jr. is now also joined by William Contreras. From your Brewers, they have 39. Leading the league in walks now is now Aaron Judge and Kyle Tucker with 34. Eddie De La Cruz has 30 stolen bases on the year. He still leads that, and I don't think he'll ever lose it at this point, but you never know. Shohei leads it in OPS at 1.099. Leading the league in wins, it's just Ranger Suarez. Only one guy now. How nice is that? He has 8 wins. He has won, I'm pretty sure, every game he started for. I'm going to get a double check on that to see how many games he's actually started for here, because Ranger Suarez, man, he has been absolutely phenomenal for these Phillies here, and he has started 9 games and he's won 8. So there is one game he has not won, but still very impressive for him so far on the year. ERA is Shota Imanga, potential Rookie of the Year candidate if he can keep this up, 0.96 for him. Leading the league in strikeouts, it's Tyler Glasnow alone at 81, and then for saves is the Cardinals' Ryan Helsley and the Nationals' Kyle Finnegan, both with 13 saves on the year. That is your stat leaderboard, and that takes us to our upcoming series for the weekend here. Starting things off, we have the Mariners at the Oilers, Rays at Blue Jays, White Sox at Yankees, Twins at Guardians. That is a huge series for the AL Central. A's at Royals, Angels at Rangers, Brewers at Astros, Padres at Braves, that's a fun one, Nationals at Phillies, Mets at Marlins, Red Sox at the Cardinals, Pirates at Cubs, Reds at Dodgers, Rockies at Giants, and we round things off with the Tigers at the D-backs there. So those are your scheduled games for the weekend. And that will bring us now to our our playoff predictor. Look at me losing track of where we are in the episode. Last thing on the agenda, the playoff predictor. Taking a look at the AL, we have the Twins in the 6th seed taking on the Mariners in the 3 seed, Royals in the 5 taking on the Oilers in the 4, and it's your Mariners and Oilers who win those games. We head to the ALDS. Oilers at Yankees, Mariners at Guardians, and it's the Mariners and the Yankees that head to an ALCS. Between the Mariners at Yankees, and it's the Mariners that beat the Yankees. They're heading to the World Series. Can they win their first World Series this year? On the NL side, hello Padres at Brewers. Padres in the 6 seed, Brewers in the 3, and then Cubs in the 5 and the Braves in the 4 for your wild card series. It's the Braves and Padres who move on. Once again, we have this fun division series between the Braves and the Phillies and the Padres at the Dodgers, and it's the Dodgers and Braves that win. The Braves get the better of the Phillies finally. So our NLCS matchup, the one I think most people want to see, Braves at Dodgers. Dodgers win that one. They now host the Mariners for the 2024 World Series, and it's your Los Angeles Dodgers led by Ohtani and Mookie that win it. They are your 2024 World Series champions, and they're looking good, to be honest with you. They're looking very strong at this point right now. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening. Hopefully, your baseball team, your favorite baseball team, is playing well, winning some games here, and you've got some good things going on for you. I hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and I will see you on Monday.